Waifus come and go, but war? War never changes. The events pick up on February 21st, 2019. What was an almost 2-month drought of information had finally ended, or so we thought. See, our heroes in red and blue stayed reserved, with tweets being distanced months apart from one another. We did, however, get small updates during this time frame. The Domino's Ethiopian Empire had upgraded their military yet again. Down on their luck from the failure during Operation Scorched Christmas, the Empire decided to turn to Instagram meme pages where they were able to partner with a meme page called K-Memes in Green Text to pick up equipment needed in launching a bike-mounted machine gun unit. Just over a month afterwards, we received another piece of intel, learning about a performance-enhancing solution, anime waifus. After a humiliating outcome months earlier, the team knew that morale would be low. Instead of doing something foolish like giving their employees hazard pay for delivering pizza in a war-torn landscape, they employed waifus to keep spirits high. Interestingly enough, it was a huge success, even helping the Empire receive applications from Westerners for a chance to secure their own waifu. It wouldn't be until August 3rd that a true flow of information would be presented. Turns out that the reason for this slow trickle of updates was due to an attack from the Papa Empire on the cheese supply lines. Even though recuperations took time, the Empire vowed to continue their operations in the greater Ethiopian area. The Empire also had a bit of beef with corporate, feeling the need to correct their own brand by saying that the opinion of pineapple belonging on pizza was not one shared by the Ethiopian counterparts. A victorious day all around, but, of course, our favorite technician couldn't just let good be good. Like Tony the Tiger always says in the Oromo dubbed commercials, it has to be great. Our day ends with Jonas shooting down a Little Caesars helicopter entering restricted Domino's airspace. It said he went to look for survivors to aid, but the incident is now believed to be an attempt at gaining information on the enemies. It's pizza time. The phrase most commonly attributed to the Spider-Man 2 movie for us in North America, but in the pizza battlegrounds, it's known as the phrase which kicked off the battle for Freetown, Ethiopia. On August 6th, a turf war began. We're shown footage of the brave Domino's troops encircling a group of Little Caesars rebels while marching into Freetown. The Goliaths wanted to turn it into a truly free town, with plans to do whatever it took, even if that meant casualties. Because they understood the importance of those hot discs of justice. Not far away, an anti-armor unit was on standby in the dense jungle landscape, watching as the Little Caesars soldiers weep their employment decisions, screaming and begging for mercy. Domino's had won, liberating yet another town controlled by the makers of, technically pizza, and spreading their cheese pizza superiority throughout the town. The battle was over, and we're left with a picture of one proud Domino's employee posing next to Freetown while he waits for the Empire supply trucks to move in. Domino's Ethiopia was hungry, and not for pizza. Stark difference between social media teams arose as Domino's North America posed a question to determine what side was most popular. And our Goliaths escalated that situation. At gunpoint, they repeated the same question. Facing probable backlash from corporate, the team scaled back for a couple days, and shed light on their neighbors 2,000 kilometers away in Zimbabwe. A glimpse at special operations including a raid on a known fugitive's house. Zimbabwe Domino's had taken over long ago and had apparently started to venture into other venues including civilian protection and stated themselves as judge, jury, and executioners. Trying to push their counterparts down to climb above, the team continued by replying to a complaint made by an individual named Tressa, who had points expire without notice. Domino's Ethiopia assured them that the best solution would be just moving to the Ethiopian Empire, insisting that it would never happen under their watch. It was November. Christmas was approaching. The question on everyone's mind, would Domino's Ethiopia be successful this year in eliminating this mystic known as Santa? On the 29th, the Empire replied to a tweet letting it be known that plans were underway. They were arming up and, as us Westerners say, had a few new toys to play with. They apologized for their hibernation. It's uncovered that the Empire had been traveling through the wastelands to not only acquire but also defend pizza ingredients needed for these unlimited 2-topping specials. They needed the funds to purchase what's shown next. A mobile, anti-aircraft gun suitable of taking the man in red down, Now, this year, not only would they have a M1 Super Heavy USA anti-aircraft gun, but they would have 2 shots at taking the zooming enemy out of the air. The nights grew long. Operation Scorched Christmas was back in full swing. Mashir, Jonas, the Jolly Six all grew nervous with anticipation. December 2nd would be our next update. A new highway to transport equipment to the staging grounds for the Santa Claus engagements was under construction. Days passed. We waited for another update. We knew the Empire had what it took to succeed. One last time, the civilians of Freetown and Gondar screamed every night, "Ashes to ashes, crust to crust." But that's not what happened. The truth is, we don't know what happened next. No more updates, no more specials, no more Jonas. It's still unclear if the Empire stands to this day. With limited contact, anything could have occurred. What we do know is Santa still delivers yearly. Was there a surprise attack from the rebels? Had a new Goliath planted its roots in Ethiopia? Did Santa mutilate the team? All that we can do is speculate and look back to the past. Before the team went radio silent, we did get a blast from the past picturing the cannon used by Domino's Ethiopian founder in 1962. The squadron had engagements with Big Red dating back 57 years, but were never able to come out on top. Although it's unlikely that we ever uncover more information on the whereabouts of Domino's Ethiopia, we will always have their story. Struggles with territory, stories of triumph, and a legacy which will forever go down as one of the first wars fully documented on Twitter. Ashes to ashes, crust to crust.